Hello retail traders, I'm Washboardjim with the Sneaky Snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And being in the now, I was just going through a few stocks and I come across Trade Desk and I said, what? Pullback of 37%? Is this a buying opportunity or is this not? So the first thing I do is I pull up the financial news, the news details here. The Trade Desk reports second quarter 2025 financial results, and a few things pop off to me right off the bat. Is the revenue growing 694 million, up 19% year over year. We will continue to outpace the digital advertising market, said Jeff Green, CEO and co-founder. And I'm going, well, that sounds like great news. That sounds like real good news. And I'm sitting here looking at the revenue over 24. That's up. Increase 19%. I mean, they had a good increase in 2024, but there was a lot of money spent, federal government, and it's still up 19%. So to me, that's great. Net income 90 over 85. But that's good. Net income margin 13%, 15%. Diluted earnings per share, 18 versus 17. I don't see a problem with this for the drastic pullback that it had. So we're going to look at the stock. I mean, it's not overwhelming, but it's not bad. It probably was overdone in a way in the 2024. So I'm going to be looking at the chart here and see if we got a buying opportunity. Now I cleaned this all up, and I can see a couple quarters ago, we had a pretty good little pullback here. And look at the run that it had in 2 years. So we're definitely down here at an inverse head and shoulders right now, which to me would be a buying opportunity if we can hold that support. And I'm going to draw a little price line. Wait, I mean, it's a horizontal price line right there to the max. So let's pull that baby up. Let's get a price line right here. And look where she stopped at. She stopped right on that shoulder line. So if it's going to respect this shoulder line, I think we have an opportunity to run this back up this month. I might even do a leap. It looks good to me. And I've been doing this for 21 years. Now the fat cats, they're fundamental traders, so they dig a little bit too deep. I'm looking at the chart and I'm going, this is an amazing trade right now, especially pulling back to the shoulder line on this weekly time frame. So yeah, I'm going to look at the daily. I'm going to look at just pull this back a little bit more. We have a head and shoulders here, and it's way up to about where it was. I'm just going to put a little trend line on there just to see something. We'll extend that out to the right. And that's right at the 200 SMA. So I see an easy $20 climb here this coming month. I think it'll come back and hit that 200. We stopped at the 200 there. We stopped at the 200 there. We come close to hitting the 200 there. We stop and hit the 200 there on this last dip. So I'm going to put in my 3-day rule. Usually after supposedly a bad earnings, I like to wait about 3 days for the turnaround to start to happen, and that'll be coming Monday. I'm liking this already. I'm liking this setup. So if it pulls back any more, I think 49.77. So I'm going to put a price line right there. I'm really liking this setup. Around $50. And I'll set my alert right above that there. But I'm liking where we are right now. This is called an inverse head and shoulders. And a lot of times when they break out, we hit the 50 SMA up here on the weekly. So that was a good reason for it to pull back in a way. But I'm really liking where it is right now a lot. I might just come in here tomorrow and do me a little trade on this thing. So let's put the daily on here and see if I see anything different on the daily. I mean, that's just beautiful. That setup's great. We got this right here, so I'm going to put a vertical line and see where this in here takes us. Right off the body of that candle to the body of that one. If that matches up with that other one, so we got a resistance to break, which is right around 57.73. And then we got a gap. We've got a huge gap right here. So you could almost call that candle right there the one we want to try to hit this coming week. And if we can move up and get up in this range, I think we got us a good little trade right here to start filling in that gap. So I'm going to put two price lines on the one on the bottom body of that candle, and another one right on the top of it. And I'm going to fill that in with some color. I'm really liking this setup, but I could be wrong. Oh, I didn't do it. So that's going to be our resistance right around 57 this coming week. If we start to break that, I'm going to run this up to 60 and maybe just go along with it all the way up to around 72 for a long trade. Oh, this is beautiful. We could get back up to this here other channel right up in here. So let me I didn't get that all the way colored in. So let's go to the 90-day 1 hour. How did I not get that in there? We're going to extend this on out. Take this back to the 20-day 1 hour. Yeah, that's beautiful. So what we got to do come Monday, start to break above this 9. See how we had some resistance on the 9 EMA? And if we can break that 9 EMA, I think we can easily take this back up to $57.50 to $59, and then run up to the top of to this next resistance channel right in here. And I'm going to color that in. And that's right around 63 bucks, 63.50 to 62. So let's put a couple more price lines in that. I'm really liking this setup. I think Fat Cats has got it wrong here. Downgrades trade desk to neutral, lowers price target to $65. And that's right at $65, 64. So I think we can hit that easily this coming week. Definitely get up here to right around 73 for a rebound. So that's going to be trade desk. I'm liking the setup. I like the inverse head and shoulders. As you go back and we look at that weekly again, and even the daily, you got that head and shoulders right here, and here's your head. And we stopped right on that shoulder line, right around 54 bucks. So I can see this easily getting back to 72. Count me wrong if I'm wrong, but I'm going to go for it. That's going to be trade desk. Keep a good eye on it, and I'll be calling this out on the video for sure. And on the weekly, let's go back and look at that weekly one more time. Yeah, that's a head and shoulders if I ever saw one. We stopped right at it. We could start to consolidate, and tomorrow, Monday, we can start moving this thing back up and hitting these other channels. So go back when you're watching this here trade, pull it up on the 1 hour. You can go back to this video and you can see the different resistance levels that you need to take it to. First resistance channel, and then the second resistance channel, long back to 72 if you wanted to buy it and just hold it. But this is TTD Trade Desk, and I'm really liking it. This is a sneaky snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages and being in the now. Have a great day. I'm really looking forward to this week. Some of these stocks sold off pretty hard. I think they were just, I don't know, they're just looking for buying opportunities. They probably took their profit, shorted it real fast, and getting back in it right now. Have a great day. You got to think like a fat cat, and you got to think the opposite of how a fat cat calls things out. And usually when they're calling things down, they're starting to get into the trade. Have a great day.